Thank you for giving me this opportunity to stand here and share my story. Thank you. My name is Kunrui. I graduated from Liaoning Police College in 2008 and started working as police officers in China in the city of Dalian, Liaoning. Many of my male classmates in the police college were dispatched to Xinjiang because of the arrangement of principle to crack down on the terrorists there. And they were told that terrorism was rampant in Xinjiang. And they promised rewards for accepting such a dangerous mission. After a few months, they returned, and they told me that they didn't encounter any terrorists in Xinjiang, while instead, armed police officers could be seen everywhere in the street, even mistreating the population. In Dalian, for the needs of social stability and maintenance, people coming from Xinjiang were singled out for the surveillance, and their movement was closely watched by the police. And even the police secretly worked overtime at night, and mainly to arrest Falun Gong practitioners, leaders of underground churches, and especially the members of the Church of Almighty God, with mandatory quotas of arrest for each police station. In order to keep their job and income, the head of police station developed a system to contact and help each other in secret. Those who failed to meet their quota would buy the name of the arrested believers from other police stations that had exceeded their quotas, and the money found in possession of those arrested was confiscated and in most cases pocketed by the police officers. In my case, I greatly admire the loyalty and courage of the members of the Church of Almighty God, and who did not denounce their faith even when arrested and tortured. In 2012, I joined the church. My colleagues didn't know of my conversion. On June 23, 2013, I overheard the deputy officer director discussing with my colleagues that on the previous day, all local police bodies had received an urgent order from the Provincial Public Security Department for a massive arrest of members of the CEG. Our bureau alone in a single day carried out at least 50 arrests, and the secret took them to and arrest them to a hotel and for the interrogation, with armed police officers guarding outside for each room in Xidang district. Hotels are often used by the police in China because arrested can be tortured there without surveillance videos, surveillance cameras, and without the risk of other police officers would overhear what is going on and disclose the information to the outside. I know from my personal experience that many believers were badly tortured in that hotel, and there were hundreds of CG members arrested from this operation titled Operation Spring Thunder, launched in Liaoning Province, ordered and planned by the Ministry of Public Security. Later, some were sentenced, others just disappeared. I saw many documents coming from the public security agency ordering crackdown on the gang groups, especially Renew, when handed the battle aiming to eradicate CEG in 2014. The CEG regarded oppression of religions as a life and death battle, and persecuted CEG members to death with impunity. The immense psychological stress and endless fear were suffocating me. There were times when the office I worked in was only less 5 meters away from the interrogation room, where my co-religionists and other persecuted group members were abused and tortured. As a police officer, I had to pretend to be calm and talk cheerfully before my colleagues. When I attend church meetings, I had to change the places for gatherings frequently and dress up in disguise, trying my best to avoid the surveillance cameras and the police spies. In April 2015, I was questioned by my superior because he was told I intentionally made a mistake during my work and suspected I was helping members of the church to hide. In July of that year, one of my colleagues told me that I was under investigation and will be arrested soon. At that time, I just had registered my marriage within 1 month and had not yet had a wedding. Then the visa to America prepared for the honeymoon became the only and the last lifeline for me. I had no choice but to consume my situation in danger for my beloved and my dear mother, and hurriedly leave China by flying to the United States in mid-July. Now I'm in the United States for 3.5 years. but I still frequently had the nightmare of being tortured and arrested by my colleagues by the CCP. As a police officer, I personally witnessed the persecution of all religions, not only for my own. All forms of tyranny and oppression we are experiencing shock the conscience and test the limits of human tolerance. As part of a coalition to advance religious freedom in China, we call to unite our voices and actions in support of religious freedom and the defense of human rights and dignity. Thank you so much.